Hello, I am in my bathroom because we are going to do a testosterone shot and show you how I do it, because I saw a video of me a couple years ago trying to pierce my ear, so I figured why not do a testosterone shot on camera, because it's actually been a hot minute. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these needles in here. Okay, we're gonna take a needle. This is a needle and a syringe. We're gonna replace the needle, because I'm a fucking baby, with a smaller needle. Because the needle I have is 3 inches, but the one I need is only like 1 inch. So we're replacing it with a smaller needle. And they also gave me like a huge ass syringe, but I only use like such a small amount. Okay, then we got the testosterone, which comes in this little box right here. Hi, Zelda. She comes in and watches me sometimes. So this is my testosterone. It's a little vial, like literally a little vial. Okay. So we have the needle, the syringe, the replacement needle, the testosterone. Final step for preparation is my antibacterial wipes, because you need to disinfect any area before you stab anything through it, or you're going to get a lot of infections could have been prevented. So we use this wipe first on our hands. Okay, we make sure we have a clean surface before I even fucking open the needle and syringe and testosterone and all that bullshit. It's not bullshit. I've actually been wanting that for like a long ass fucking time. Like, I used to purposely get myself sick just so I would have a deeper voice. So I'm really surprised it took me so long to find out that, oh hey, you should probably change your life. And I did. I changed my life. And I am so much more happier now. I actually love myself. Like, now that I found out who I am, I actually love it. So, yeah. We're going to disinfect both hands thoroughly, because I don't want any risk of contamination. I don't want any infections. I don't want none of that shit. So, we use a third clean wipe, fresh from the packet, just to make sure that my hands are clean. Because I use one wipe on each hand, then I use a third one for both of them, just to give it just make sure everything's off, just to disinfect a little extra more, get some of the nooks and crannies I might have missed the first time. Yeah. So, now that my hands are disinfected, they smell like disinfectant. Now we use another wipe to clean off the section where I'm going to stab the needle through. And that happens on my thigh. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, after I drop my phone, I'm going to show you exactly where I do this shit at. Can I reverse? What does this button do? What does this button do? What button reverses the camera? Okay, I can't figure that out. I'm not very tech savvy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do this. And I just wipe off the entire thigh area, because, again, infections happen if bacteria gets into your bloodstream. I ain't trying to have an infection, because the bloodborne infections are fucking... I've seen house. I'll just say that. I've seen worst case scenarios, albeit dramatized. But yeah, I don't want that. Because I know Dr. Gregory House will not be saving my ass. So. Alright. My leg is disinfected. It's all shiny. And then where I do the shot, I have to put my hand right here. And then my hand up there by my knee and do it somewhere in the middle of my middle fingers. Which gives me an area of about this much to do my shot in. I usually like to do it like right in the middle. Right here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to make that area super obvious. Okay? This area right here. Don't know if you can see it. But this area right here is where I'm going to do my shot at. Okay? Okay. I just touched my... Ow! I'm going to have to disinfect my hand again. Oh, no, I gotta. Fucking gotta. For all that huss and fuss about fucking bloodborne infections. Gotta fucking disinfect my fucking hands. I'm not actually mad, I'm just... I don't know what I am. I'm not mad though. I'm not happy either. I am a blank canvas. Whatever happens today will affect my mood. But honestly, I'm starting out my day with a testosterone shot. So I think it's going to be a pretty good day. Okay, next step. Getting the needle ready. There's a lot of preparation for this, and then it takes like 2 seconds to insert it into the skin. So it's like, why the fuck was there so much preparation? Because inserting shit into the skin is actually kind of deadly sometimes. Especially if shit goes wrong. So I took off the needle off the syringe. So I'm still holding the syringe. I took the needle off. I have a replacement needle right here that I have to take out of the package. Because fuck me, I guess. So much plastic. Fuck the environment is really what pharmaceutical companies are saying. Okay, so we got the needle already. Notice that the needle has a little cap on it, so when I do this, I'm not pricking myself, not using the needle accidentally. I don't take the cap off until I'm ready to insert the needle into the testosterone vial. Now, actually right now is when I would do that. So I take off the needle cap, I hold on to it somewhere. I usually hold it in my mouth, but I'm going to be talking. Okay, it'll just sit on top of my cat litter box, because I have a lidded one. Okay, so I hold the syringe upside down. Hold the needle in the syringe upside down, because it's less chances of me, like, pricking myself. And then I hold the vial upside down, too, because it has a neat little rubber seal right here that prevents anything from getting in or out of this vial without a needle. So I go upside down, I go in at an angle, similar to how I would actually do my shot. So the needle is in the vial. Now I need 0.2 milliliters of testosterone a week. And that has been the case since I first started taking testosterone months ago. But I had a little snafu with my insurance and I couldn't get testosterone for a few months. But I got it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull this all the way down. Okay, release that air in there. And also load up the needle. And then we go... Okay, the testosterone doesn't want to come out to play today. This could be bad. Oh, I see why. Haha. Oh yeah, okay. So I keep forgetting that when you have this like this, the testosterone vial like that, there's nothing stopping it from sliding down the needle. So it does slide down the needle when I have it like this. And then I forget that it slid down the needle and that I don't have an actual full vial. They never fill this all the way to the top. They only give you like half a vial. So when I do this, I gotta make sure that I put my fingers here so it doesn't like slide down into the area where there's no testosterone. This clear fluid cures 80% of my depression and 70% of my anxiety. Like, okay, we're getting somewhere. There's finally testosterone in the fucking... What's this called again? A syringe. So now I just keep pumping it until the testosterone fills up to the level I need it to be at. Pump it. Louder. Pump it. Louder. Pump it. Okay, I'm pumping. There's nothing coming out. I am so glad I have my phone like propped up over on the counter, because if I was trying to do this with one hand, I would fail so epically. My failures are pretty epic. Can't deny that. I fuck up all the shit when I fuck up. So, no promises that this won't get fucked up. Okay, come on. I want testosterone today. Have to have it today, actually. Testosterone Tuesdays are a thing in my life. I always give myself a shot on Tuesday. Don't know why. I think Tuesday might be my favorite day of the week. Also, again, don't know why. Okay, so I have roughly 0.2 milliliters of testosterone in here. We're gonna go a little bit more because I always pull out before I'm done injecting myself. Okay, so we have the testosterone. We have the testosterone in the syringe at 0.2 milliliters. Earlier I said that I have to put my hands a certain way to find exactly where I'm supposed to give my shot. Because if I give it in the wrong place, I'm not injecting it into the muscle where it releases throughout the rest of the week. So I inject it into my muscle, and then it takes like 2-ish days for me to start feeling the effects. So I am now ready to take this and just stab it into my leg, but I have to do this slowly because it kind of stings, not gonna lie. I don't like needles. I really don't. So I'm hoping that someday, eventually, hopefully soon, there will be like a testosterone pill, like a slow release testosterone pill that I can take that's readily available to people. I would rather take a pill than deal with fucking needles. That's how much I hate needles. Okay. So before you give yourself a shot, before you get the testosterone in the syringe and everything, you're technically supposed to aspirate, which is basically where you have a dry syringe, you have nothing in it, you put it in where you want to, and then you pull it up slightly. And if you pull it up and you pull up and there's blood in the syringe, you're in the wrong spot. You're not supposed to inject testosterone directly into the bloodstream. However, I have a pretty solid pain thing. Like, I can feel, I have pretty strong sense of touch. So I can feel when I'm like going into a bloodstream versus going into a muscle. So I don't aspirate, but you're supposed to. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go in right in the middle of my thigh. And I'm gonna talk through it so it doesn't fucking psych me out. So I tighten the skin just because I have loose skin because I've been losing weight. So I tighten it up and then I inject it, or I inject the needle in at an angle. Also, a really good determinator of if you're about to enter a bloodstream, if you go slowly with this needle, you can tell just by pricking a small hole where you want to go, if that is the good spot. But this spot is not the good spot. So what I have to do is I have to shift and just go for it, really. Okay, so I found my hole from last week. I think I'll just re-inject into there. There's blood right there. That hurt. When I inject the needle, it usually doesn't hurt. If I do it correctly, it doesn't hurt. So when it starts hurting as I'm like trying to push the needle in, then I know to back out. Because when it hurts, that's when there's going to be blood. So I have to recalibrate where I want my needle to go because I keep hitting I keep hitting a vein. I keep getting into the bloodstream. So basically where I want to go is mid-thigh right into the muscle. So I found a muscle. I found my spot. I'm gonna go in again at an angle. It stings, but it doesn't hurt. And that's how I know I'm in a good spot. Stinging, not hurting. Okay, my needle is in. Now what I do is I push the syringe button down to inject it. Testosterone has been injected for this week. Usually I have some that comes up. So when I do my shot, I have some that comes up out of the hole. And I've noticed that it doesn't really affect anything. I think that's normal for some of it to like bloop up a bit. So what I do is I just rub it in like it's a testosterone cream. I just rub it in. And that also helps bring down the swelling of where I gave my shot. It helps stop the blood from flowing up because I'm applying pressure, you know. So when I'm done with my shot, I very rarely bleed. Very, very rarely. Like right now, I'm having a little bit of speck of blood come up. That's normal. What's not normal is for blood to keep coming up, even with pressure applied. But we don't have to worry about that because I did it in the right spot. So my next step is to cover my used needle with the cap that I used at the beginning. And my shot is done. Now, in about 2 days, I will feel extreme hunger and, let's just say, excitement. So, I have 2 days to figure shit out. Deuces!